Welcome to A Shot of Ag. We talked about small towns last week, and we're just going to continue this week. They are the backbone of America, and they're the backbone of America because of the great people that make them up. Today, we're talking with Jim and Laura Sniff from Chillicothe. Welcome back, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us again.
It's almost like you didn't leave.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Seems just like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it does. We had you on last week, and we did not get to everything because you guys are doing so much. You're improving communities so much that there's just a lot to talk about. So it's kind of your fault and not mine.
Okay, we'll take the blame. Sorry.
You guys, you are the founders of the Picket Fence Foundation and the Blue Ridge Community Farm, right?
Right.
So we went over the farm last time, but just as a kind of a quick recap, so basically you do have a child with special needs, and knowing that you have this farm, and there was a teacher that said, hey, could we bring the special needs kids out, and that's how it started. And how many years have you been doing that?
22.
22 years.
Yep.
Did you ever think it was going to get this big?
No, we just kept going, you know, and people enjoy it so much, and there are not a lot of places when you have a class that has, you know, people in it that have pretty significant disabilities. There's not a lot of places in the public where the staff feel comfortable to take that class for a field trip. And at the farm, they know that we're parents of a young man with autism. We've been through a lot, we've seen everything, and so they know that when they come to the farm, they can just relax, they can be themselves, and they can just, it's judgment-free. They just, you know, come and enjoy themselves. And so we welcome over 1,000 people from May to October, never a charge, from over 50 different organizations and school districts in the area. So.
How big of a geographical area?
It's about 245 acres. Oh,
no,
you mean for
like,
for the people that come in?
Yeah, it's probably a 50-mile radius around Peoria, pretty much.
We've had Morton, LaSalle, Peru.
Yeah, we've had people from up around there, Granville. I had a young lady a few years ago that came down west of Peoria. Yeah, so probably about a 50-mile radius.
Yeah, pretty good footprint. All right, what we didn't get to last show was the Picket Fence Foundation. All right, tell me the original thought, how to get started.
Well, as our son Jimmy got older, we started really realizing quickly that there's not a lot of jobs for adults with disabilities, especially they are in school until right before they turn 22, and then after that everything kind of falls into this abyss.
Unemployment's about 80%.
Yeah, it's terrible.
For adults with disabilities.
Yeah. And so
it's not because they don't want to work.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's just not the opportunity out there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Not a lot of opportunities. And we have through our family business, we have apartment rentals and that type of thing. And we have some apartments in Chillicothe, and started thinking about maybe we could hire people at the farm, and then we would turn the apartments into housing one day. Well, as we started thinking about that and just kind of, you know, exploring it and researching, Picket Fence came up for sale. It's right behind our apartments. It's about a 1-block business. There's a huge parking lot. There's
a 1-block business?
Yeah, it's about a 1 block, right? Yeah.
It's about a square city block.
A square city block.
Size-wise.
Okay.
It comprises,
And it's a, in the town of Chillicothe, it's a full-service garden center. There's a gift shop, and then there's a full-service florist. So they, you know, do all that. And it would take 2 hours to tell you the whole story, but in a nutshell, we found out that it was for sale, and at first, when it was presented to us that it was for sale, we were both kind of like, absolutely not, that's crazy. Yeah. But then we started...
You guys kind of do crazy though, don't you?
Yeah, a little bit,
yeah. We started, you know, thinking about, well, what if we could take a business and make it a nonprofit and hire people there with disabilities? Like give them
And it was a
job opportunities.
It was a well-established business already. It was it originally was built as a car dealership, and then the car dealership moved out. A guy named Jim Peters and his family, Peters Floral, had it for many years. Then they sold it to a Ferris family, and some of their siblings. They operated it for 14 years, so it was very well established, very well known local and regional business, and that helped a lot in our decision to be able to sort of step into that and operate it, but operate it on a different level as a nonprofit hiring special needs adults.
Yeah. And so we approached the owner, who one of them, her daughter was our son's Special Olympics coach in high school. So I kind of knew him, and we presented our idea, and they were all for us trying to make it happen. We followed them around for about a year while we were raising funds, and it was during COVID. And we really say we don't own the business at all. The community, we raised funds in the community owns it. We purchased it 3 years ago this August, and made it a nonprofit. We found a place, attorney up in Chicago that helped us with the paperwork. We were told, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that.
Why not?
How are you going to do that? How are you going to take a profitable business and make it into a nonprofit? I mean, everybody, there were like all these, no.
Those people, the
yeah.
naysayers,
And we don't,
the roadblockers.
We don't listen to that. So,
We don't like roadblockers.
We don't like roadblockers. So we made it happen. And today we have 16, I think we're at 15, 16 adults with disabilities working there, making paychecks just like everybody else. The first person that we hired, just to give you an idea of how important it is, he had never been paid for a job. He was still in high school. He had had jobs, but they were internships because of his disability.
Yeah.
Nobody paid him.
Yeah.
And when we said, hey, we're going to, pay you, we got to go get the paperwork, his teacher who was sitting next to him said, do you know where they're going to get paperwork? And he's like, oh, so I can work here. And she said, no, they're going to pay you, you're going to get a paycheck. And he flew up off of his chair and was just jumping up and down, and he kept saying, they're going to pay me, I'm going to get a paycheck. And then and we said, yes, and then he stopped and he looked at us and he goes, do you have an employee of the month? And he just graduated off into a full-time position in Peoria now at another business. And
wonderful family, great kid.
Yeah, just it's so cool.
Exciting for him to see that happen.
Yeah.
We miss him.
We miss him a lot. Yeah, but
he said he'll come back and volunteer for us.
yeah.
So you have people with special needs that are selling products.
Yeah. So in the gift shop, we made, it's probably about at least a quarter of the gift shop is called the Ability Marketplace. And what we've seen is that since there aren't a lot of jobs for adults with disabilities, their parents or family members are making businesses. They're coming up with businesses like, what can my child do? How can I celebrate their ability? And that's what we do at Picket Fence. And so we're finding all these businesses across the country where folks with disabilities are making products, amazing quality products, and we're like, let's sell them. So can I show you some? Can
we start with the? Yeah, let's start with these.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we got here?
Okay, so those are mittens that are made from sweaters from Goodwill.
From sweaters.
From sweaters, yep. And
I better not. I would
they're
stretch
you
that.
can put your hand in there.
I'd
They
stretch that bad boy out.
But so they're Ryan's mittens. Ryan has autism. Him and his mom, they go thrift shopping. They find sweaters. He cuts the pattern out, and then she sews them. And we sell every winter. We sell over 100 pairs of those in our gift shop.
They're really nice. Better than
They're really
crap
nice.
you get at Walmart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
they're
saying?
so nice. They're so well made.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're a wonderful local family too.
Yeah, they're awesome. Awesome
yeah.
people.
Okay. And what do we have
That's
here?
just one picture from a young man who from Florida. He's 15 years old, and he has autism and is nonverbal. And
Is this him?
That's him.
Yeah.
We've got another picture of his of John Lennon that he drew. That's amazing.
Really?
Another one of Jesus, another one of Mary. Just unbelievable talent. Yeah.
If someone said, you know, here, I'm going to give you a month to
wouldn't
paint
be able
something
to.
beautiful, I couldn't paint that.
Us either.
This is cool.
So at Picket Fence, we started a group called the Picket Fence Weavers. And we have a lady who volunteers her time. She bought all of these
I feel like
looms.
Price is Right.
Yes, I know. You're doing a great job.
Can you like
You're
do
hired.
the music? Dun, dun, dun. This is, I mean, it's heavy.
Yeah. So that's a rug that's made by Chip, who is one of our weavers. And so they are next door to Picket Fence in the shopping center.
Did you actually weave
Yeah,
this?
like on those huge looms, the real big
Yeah,
ones.
we've got about half a dozen looms, maybe 7 or 8, a
Yeah.
couple of tabletop, but most of them are big, full-size
My
looms.
gosh.
Yeah.
And Jenny instructs the kids and just does an amazing job teaching them. And some of the kids that are doing this, you'd swear this is the last thing they would be excited about.
Oh my
But
gosh,
they come
they're
in and they give it
amazing.
a try and they love it and they're hooked on it.
They'll be at our concert series too on the farm, so you can see that. But
We years ago we interviewed a guy in North Dakota, and he owned a popcorn factory, Colorado Jacks. It's mainly out there. Same situation, has a son with special needs, and they created like a packing facility just for special needs people.
That's
And
cool.
it was very, I would think, monotonous, right? It was just that same action again and again.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, they actually prefer that.
Some people like
they
that,
thrive more
yeah.
at that. Is
Yeah.
that kind of what you find?
somewhat. And then what's nice about Picket Fence is that, you know, a lot of times adults with disabilities are, their options are food service or janitorial, right? And so at Picket Fence, they have different options for employment. There's our garden center where they're learning about plants and they're learning about planting. And then this right here,
Which one?
this guy here. So everybody wants to be a florist, wants to be a floral designer, and we have a full service floral department, you know. We do weddings and funerals and birthdays and anniversaries, and we deliver all over Peoria. Anyway, these are called Grab and Grow bouquets, and they're $10 each, and they allow our junior associates, who are our folks with disabilities, a chance to learn how to design a floral arrangement on a
Okay.
smaller scale. And we sell so many of these. Each one has a tag on it. With this one says, "Thank you for your support. Steve made this." They make the picks in them. They learn how to position the flowers. And these are wee yogurt jars that are spray painted. So if anyone has wee yogurt jars, we take them.
Is that glass or
Yeah,
plastic?
it's glass.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know they sold yogurt and
Yeah.
glasses.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's just keep going. We got.
We have-
This is chick stuff, isn't
Yep.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, you could try the headband if you want.
You
I
put it on
could.
your
It'd be very
beard.
pretty.
Well, I don't want to
There you
stretch
go.
it out, but I.
You can use the scrunchie on your beard there.
Somebody did make this, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's 2 sisters and a scrunchie, and you could totally do it.
Well, we'll try it.
There you go.
That's a good look for me.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
I got to get a picture of that. We'll put it on the shop.
Believe me, we're getting enough of it.
The girls are going to be very happy
They're
to see
very
you
happy
sporting
to
that.
see.
Okay.
See, it's a new thing. 2 sisters and a scrunchie. They're from Chillicothe.
Okay.
This guy here, this is made from T-shirts. A young lady with autism weaves it into a dog toy, and we have cat toys too.
Oh yeah. Well, that's pretty.
Yeah.
That's sturdy. Yeah.
Yeah.
My miserable dog would even have a tough time with that one. This one, I've been smelling this for 2 weeks.
So this is Smelly Ellie candles. They're from Bloomington Normal.
It's fantastic.
And Austin has autism. I love the tag because it says "made with love and grumbling." You know, that's one of his top sellers. It's called Monkey Farts.
Monkey farts.
And it smells like bananas, of course. Right?
Monkey farts.
Yes.
I would buy it just for that.
Right.
Yeah.
High quality gifts
High
at an inexpensive
yeah.
price.
Yeah.
It does smell good.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we got here?
That is there's a workshop for adults in Galena, Illinois. A lot of people like traveling up there, and it's a fire starter. So they put those together with shredded paper and toilet paper rolls and some other things,
Oh,
and then you
yeah.
can just pop that in your
the
fire to get it
fireplace, yeah.
going.
And then Well, let's do this one first.
So a lot of high school life skills classes are making products to make funds for their class and to teach their students skills, work skills. And so that's from IVC High School. They're greeting cards, and we sell tons of them, all different kinds.
I bet. Because if you ever go there, you should just like literally buy 20 happy birthdays and 20 whatever, because whenever you need a card, you don't have one.
Yeah, and it's purposeful shopping. So not only are you helping this organization, but you're also helping Picket Fence and all the people we employ.
No, I get what you're saying.
So it's kind of cool.
Screw Hallmark.
Yeah.
All right, these are pretty special to you.
Yeah, those are done by our son Jimmy. He worked with a wonderful art therapist, Dory, and
It's good.
she taught him how to paint. The first one there, it's kind of a cute story. The
Which
one
one,
with
this
the
one?
zebra.
Yeah.
That was his very first painting. And at the very end of the painting session, Dory would say, "Okay, Jimmy, what do you want to call it?" And he said, "There's a zebra hiding there." And she looked at him and she said, "Where's the zebra?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "It's hiding." So on the note card, we had to put the zebra on there.
You got to be really proud when you see these.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, that's again the talent, because I'll be the first to admit, sometimes you see special needs and I would never expect this level of product and talent to come from that, and here you guys are making sure that the world knows that it's there.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, we have a young lady that does quilts from Florida.
Oh my gosh.
With Down syndrome, and she's amazing, amazing. There's a young lady does picture frames that paints them from Chicago. So there's a lot of gifts there that truly are remarkable, and they all have the story behind them too, which makes, as Laura mentioned, the purposeful shopping so much more important. But
so the people that make these, do they ever get to see them being sold?
Oh, I don't know if anyone's ever been in the shop when someone has actually purchased, but they are so excited about their displays and where they are in the shop. They have the most prominent position when you walk right in the gift shop. That's the Ability Marketplace. One young man from California, they make soaps, and we were the very first gift shop in the country that he's ever been in.
Oh, really?
Yep, and he's in more now after we started, showcasing his product. And we had one young lady, she came into the store, she had a plastic Ziploc bag and was holding it like this. And I could see her walking back and forth, and she was with an aide with her. And after about 15 minutes, she asked if I was in, and I came out and said hello. And she said, "I want to know if you'll sell my beads." And I said, "Well, let's put them out and see, what everything looks like." And she put them out very carefully. And they were all beaded like keychains and necklaces. And come to find out, she lives in a group home for adults in Chillicothe. This is how she passes her time. It took her months to get the courage to come in and ask if we would sell these.
Oh, really?
She sells them for only like $2 or $3 each. And when she gets her check at the end of each quarter for the percentage of the sale, she donates it to charity, of course. I mean, it's just,
pretty
we meet,
remarkable.
and she was so excited when I told her that we would sell them. And her aide was with her, and she's like, "This is the best day ever." And so means a lot. It means a lot. And it, everybody is our staff of those that don't have disabilities, everybody's just a big family and a team, and they all work together. And it's not like, "Oh, I'm here to help you because you need help." It's we just all work together, just, whether you have a disability or you don't. We don't focus on that at all. We were blessed to get a grant that allows us to fund 3 on-site job coaches. So we have people that are on site that work with each junior associate and develop a plan for them. So like if you want to learn eventually how to run the cash register, well, here's where we're going to start, and we're going to grow to that point. If you don't want to work here for the rest of your life, but you have dreams to go somewhere else, well, how can we build skills to take those and then go to, you know, another place? But it's a very special place. It's a very unique place. It's very unique because it's public, so anybody can come in at any time and see people with disabilities working and contributing to society.
If you're a potential employer, you can come in the door. We have no idea who you are, but you can come right in the door and you can kind of act like you're shopping. You can look around and see what's going on with the junior associates and some of the training and some of the skills that they're performing. And you know, we're just like with the other young man we mentioned, you know, he's in a full-time situation now. So there's opportunities out there. We're just kind of a stepping stone in some respects for the future for a lot of these kids, a lot of these adults that are looking for full-time employment too.
We're really hoping that, you know, we can build it so it keeps going, and the farm too, long after we're gone. And it's a place that, you know, keeps serving people and keeps celebrating them, and then maybe it'll be replicated elsewhere. Maybe it'll give other people hope to, you know, well, they can do it. I mean, I've never run a business before.
It sounds like you are.
Yeah, and I mean, but I don't have, you know, but, you know, you just
Well, that's what worries me a
it.
little bit, because we've talked about all the people that you're helping. I worry about you too, right? Because, I mean, unless you've run a business, unless you've run organizations like that, you probably never understand the pressure of it. And you guys must have a tremendous amount of pressure, a tremendous amount of stress to keep this thing going. I know it means a lot to you, but man, oh man, do you ever get a break?
Yeah, we take breaks.
We had breaks when the kids were younger. You know, we could take breaks, but
we take breaks. I don't know.
We're used to it.
We're used to it. We've got a really strong faith too. You know that that's a big part of it, and yeah, we're hoping to slow down eventually. But right now,
I don't see it.
Right now, we've got a lot to get done.
I know people like you, and you don't slow down. It only
Retirement's
increases.
a different word for us, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I had one of my best buddies years ago. He told me, he said, we were talking about retiring and getting older in our age and everything. And he said, no, I don't think I'll ever retire, we'll ever retire. He said, even an old worm's got to look for, or old bird's got to look for a worm every day, right? So you got to do something to keep yourself going.
Yeah.
And I don't know, we just keep going. That's
Okay.
just who we are.
Well, I hope you do take some times to recharge
well,
your
thank you.
batteries and that.
Thanks.
Yeah, we saw you. You were out listening to one of the bands. That's how Emily and I met you.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Because looking at, well, one of the bands that was at that event is going to be playing at the farm.
Give them a plug.
Still Shine.
Still Shine, yeah.
Still Shine's going to be
Sarah.
at the farm. And Sarah Marie Dillard, who was the MC
She
there.
emceed
She's
there and was
MCs
playing, yeah.
for us. She's amazing. Our first concert on the farm is going to be an open mic. So we're going to be
Can I
able
sing?
to have,
Yeah.
sure. Got to get there at 1 o'clock, get
I
signed up.
physically cannot sing.
I can't either. It's okay.
I tell you, if people want to find everything that you do, social media, websites, where do they go?
Facebook, we're on Facebook for Picket Fence Foundation and Blue Ridge Community Farm. Instagram too, same names. And then Picket Fence is picketfencefoundation.org. And you can go right on there and order flowers. And you should send Emily flowers. That would be really nice.
To hell.
We'll
You're
deliver
throwing me
them.
under the bus
Just
here.
saying. I'll give you a really good deal.
And the dates of the concerts again?
September 15th. And
22nd,
22nd.
29th, and October 6th. We're doing 4 this year. They're back-to-back Sundays. We do have rain venues set up. Just kind of keep an eye on our website for that announcement if it happens.
This year it's probably a good idea.
But,
Yeah.
yeah.
For sure.
But they're all family friendly, 2 to 5 in the afternoon. BYOB, bring your own lawn chair or a blanket, you know, sit on a hillside. Overlooks a nice, beautiful valley down on the stage. So
And they go to the website, your Facebook to
Yeah,
sign up?
you'll find
Did they
everything.
RSVP or just show up?
We like an RSVP.
Sure.
It kind of gives us an idea, so there'll
It's
be
a
a link
polite
for
thing
that.
to do.
It's a polite thing to do.
Well, Jim and Laura, I want to thank you guys for coming. You're doing amazing things, and you'll never know the true impact of what you guys have accomplished. But you have made the world a better place, and not a whole lot of people can say that. So I want to thank you,
you.
not just for coming on the show, but I want to thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you.
So thank you. Everybody else, we'll catch you next week.